Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to The Brutal Truth. I'm your host, Angel Apollo.
Angel?
Yes.
I like that.
And
You should change it like Angel Apostle.
No.
No? Too religious?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the name I'm going with for now. And with my guest with me today is a good friend of mine named Jim Boukis.
Jim Boukis in the house.
Boukis.
Yeah.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Chilling. Avoiding Corona.
So, I guess you brought us to our first topic tonight. The coronavirus.
Yep.
Is anybody talking about this at all?
I think it's force-fed down our fucking throats and 24 hours a day.
You might have seen it on the news. Maybe
I'm fucking
once.
freaking out.
I can't watch the news.
What about your phone?
I mean, you know what? I started getting anxiety. I haven't had anxiety for years, and I started getting it like last week. I woke up in the middle of the night with like a panic attack, and I literally had to, take a deep breath and get myself like right, because I was freaking out because my friend had been over and he had a cough, and he was coughing.
That's how it starts.
And it was just like a mild cough. And all of a sudden, I woke up in the middle of the night thinking that I could be getting sick. But, obviously it turned out to be nothing. I just took some deep breaths and fell back asleep.
Dude, I'm a smoker.
Yeah.
So every fucking time I cough, I'm looking at fucking WebMD.
I know.
I'm looking at CNN.
Listen,
what are the symptoms?
That's one of the reasons why I quit smoking. I love to smoke.
There it is.
I love to smoke.
It's terrible.
But one of the most exhausting things that I had to find about smoking was thinking about quitting and what I'm doing to myself. Do you think about that a lot?
Yeah, sometimes. But see, the problem is...
every time, I'm enjoying it, but then I'm like, afterwards I'm regretting it, and I'm like, this is wrong. I'm hurting myself.
It's
I'm
like whacking off.
Well...
You know what I mean? When you're like, you have that 20 seconds of guilt. You're like, why did I just waste that 30 seconds?
I don't really have that too bad. I don't have that too bad.
You never had fucking...
I mean, when I was younger, I did. Now I'm so happy that it happened,
That it works?
Yeah.
Okay. No, but the fucking corona.
Yeah.
We're 30 seconds away from being locked down forever, right?
Well, I just talked to my... I was looking forward to going to the gym tomorrow because I go with my trainer every Tuesday. And she told me they're probably going to close tonight. And it's crazy because a week ago I was worried about her. We became friends over the months that we've been training,
All right.
We never banged. No bangage going on.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, it's good. It keeps it professional.
Right.
But, I was texting her. I'm like, am I going to see you tomorrow? She's like, I think they're going to be closing it down. And I was worried, and I even thought about it a week ago. And when this first happened, you started thinking what could happen the next couple weeks, right?
Right.
Just like the movie. I don't know if you saw Contagion recently.
No, but
oh my God,
it's
exactly the same thing. I must have said, this is happening now,
right.
30 times during the movie. But that virus in the movie is much more deadly.
Right.
It's almost like an Ebola virus, it completely just kills you really fast. So, I texted her and I'm like, hey, and she's like, no, I think they're shutting us down. And I'm like, shit. So she's out of a job now, but she's young. She doesn't have a mortgage payment or anything. But I went to one of my favorite lunch places today, Jersey Mike's.
You like that place?
I like it for a sandwich.
All right.
I'm not, when it comes to lunch, I just want a sandwich.
Right.
I want to fill up and, and they're pretty fast, and it's pretty good if you get it the way you like it. So, Anyway, and they're saying tomorrow they're closing. It's not even a big shop. That you can't fit 50 people in there. I know the requirement was 50 and over.
Right. But then they dropped it to 10. Cause
really?
Yeah,
10 people can't get together.
Yeah, right. So originally what they said was events were 1,000 or more or whatever.
Yeah.
Banned. That came down to 250 to 50 to 10.
Oh my God.
So from what it seems to me, it's you kill fucking the entertainment, right?
Yeah.
As of last night was the casino was shut down.
Yeah.
Tonight, the restaurant shut down.
Right.
Now you're saying the gym,
Yeah.
which
Lifetime called it already. I go to Export here in Chicago, and they're probably going to announce something tonight, I think.
so I know that New York City, who's like, they're still fucking lining up going to clubs like fucking idiots.
In New York City?
I saw some pics online, and it's like,
That
do you
ain't
guys
good.
watch the fucking news?
Dude, they're kids, dude. They're in their 20s. They think they're going to live forever. Didn't you think when you were 20 years old that you were going to live forever?
Yeah, but I also did stupid shit. You know what I mean? But like, I learned. You know what I mean?
I know, but we're older now.
But we're talking death. You know what I'm saying?
They don't... Oh, listen. They know it's not going to affect them. That's why they're living like it's, 1999. They know it's not going to affect them. They know it's the older people dying. And actually, I think we're freaking out a little too much, too.
Because we're old?
No, I don't think it's going to affect us that badly either.
I don't know, man. Like, they were saying something about, like, somebody was sending me a text today or something along the lines of, so all the stuff that we had heard, 60 and over, blah, blah, blah. Now they're seeing people in the 30s and 40s. We're in that fucking age bracket. You know what I mean?
know, but...
And I
don't think the numbers are there. I think maybe and occasionally, like there was a young guy that died, and he had leukemia before.
Right.
Okay, so he was immunocompromised, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, because somebody was, my buddy sent me a text also saying that there's his neighbor's a nurse or something, and she was telling him about a story about some 21-year-old girl in Carbondale who's like on life support, like, but you don't know. Did she have a heart condition?
I'm sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sure.
But you still hear the number 21, and you're like, oh my god,
I know.
what the fuck?
I know a friend of a friend, this girl, and she can't go out. If you have underlying health issues, it's just really bad.
What about for you though? Like,
what?
Say tomorrow they say you're locked down, right?
Yeah.
Are you upset about it?
Okay, personally, I mean, for the good of humanity, no, I don't. I mean, I'm not upset that I would have to do that. I don't think that's a big sacrifice.
Right.
People have sacrificed a lot more.
No, yeah,
in life.
I should have phrased it differently.
No, but that's a good question. But for me, it just bothers me because I like to be productive. I like to get shit done. I like to be out of my house. What the fuck am I gonna do inside? I'm not married. You know what I mean? I'm not married. I don't have kids.
Right.
And even if you do if married with kids, that could be the opposite problem.
Right.
That's just too much time together.
It could be, yeah.
You have company, but they might drive you crazy because you're so locked in. You have to get away from each other, and you have to be out. People like to be outside. The only benefit to this timing of this happening right now, in my opinion, is that thank God this didn't happen in like November. When we're all like, the sun's going down at fucking 4:00 in the afternoon, and we're
like
all
seasonal depressed.
Yeah, everybody's seasonally depressed and can't go anywhere. And, I mean, at least now summer's coming. We can at least go take a walk outside by ourselves. We don't have to be around other people to take a walk.
Right.
Fuck. You know what I mean? Like, Chicago's bad in the winter.
For me, though, I feel like somebody sent me a meme, and I was like, this pretty much just summed up my life. And it said something along the lines of like, I think the coronavirus really underestimates the fact that I can, self-quarantine by watching Netflix and eat, like shredded cheese or something like that all night long. Or I mean,
you like it?
What?
Oh, you mean you like to do that?
Oh, I like to not talk to people.
Yeah.
Like, most of the time. Or like be around.
I mean,
people.
I can only do that for so long, but you'll still be with your girlfriend, right?
Yeah, I mean we'll spend.
So
yeah,
you guys are together.
We'll spend time
so
together.
it's just you two.
Sure.
So that's nice.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's nice to have a quarantine buddy.
Sure.
I live alone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like totally alone. So I'm gonna go visit my mom. I'm gonna have my brother come by. I don't like being like. I mean, I love being home alone sometimes. I love it. But I love it after a productive day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I got shit done. I went to, maybe I went to the gym. You know what I mean? I feel good. And then 8 to 12 at night, I'm chilling.
Right,
you know what I mean? And I'm catching up on my shows, on the news, on everything I want to see, all podcasts I want to see. You know what I mean? I got YouTube on my TV. I got YouTube TV. I love it.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I'm glad that summer is coming.
Right.
What about
now-
traveling? Would you travel?
Fuck no.
No.
No way. Like, I did my fair share of traveling for work back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I hated that. You know what I mean?
Really?
Oh, dude, like...
Well, I was going to ask you about that. When you traveled with bands, if you guys don't know, Joey Boukis?
Jim Boukis.
Oh,
but
Jim Boukis.
That's cool.
Jimmy Boukis. He used to travel with some pretty big rock bands, and he would do all their setup right for the shows.
Yeah, I did stage managing and
Okay.
stage tech work.
I was going to ask you about that. Did you guys have the big truck? Oh, you would fly to each place?
No, we did. Well, it depends. Like, when you do there's certain fly dates that you'll even do like in the States. So like, if it's just a one-off show or whatever, like say you're doing rehearsals in fucking New York or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a festival show to do in fucking LA or Phoenix or whatever on the West Coast. But it's just one show. You're not going to fly all your shit over there. You'll get a bunch of rented gear.
Yeah.
Do the gig. Bring your essentials. Do the show. Go back home. Go back to rehearsals. Go, whatever home base is.
So you drive there?
No, you'll fly.
You'll fly.
That's a fly day.
But the equipment
is local. Like whatever. Like
Oh,
you
right,
put together
right.
like weeks in advance.
Oh,
like
I
you'll
see.
advance
You don't
the gear.
bring like your own stage with you and stuff like that. Some bands do that.
Yeah, some bands for sure.
Gotcha.
Like bands like Metallica, they have fucking rotating stages. They have the same exact setup,
Right.
in multiple cities.
Right. Yeah, that's
But that's when you're getting fucking paid. You know what I
Okay.
mean? They have like I think it was like a crew of like 170 or something like that.
Oh,
So
wow.
like they're
Yeah.
doing all right. You know.
You know who's the badass? The biggest badass is the guy from Iron Maiden. He like
Bruce Dickinson.
flew. Yeah, he like flew the jet to all the
I
gigs.
talked to him about that.
Oh my god.
We did a show together in Colombia.
He literally, guys, if you guys don't know this, he literally flies their own.
The plane.
Yeah, 747.
Yeah,
or
he has
whatever
to
it is.
he has to have 24 hours of nothing. So like, if he flies, does a show, he needs 24 hours of like recovery.
Yeah.
And then he gets to fly again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just from why? Because of all the time and being up in the air and
Yeah, I
the
think
time
yeah,
difference?
right, yeah.
God, personally, I'm not a big traveler. I don't like the time differences. I get, I don't like.
It never bothered me.
You said you didn't like traveling though before.
No, I'm saying like the time difference didn't bother me. Like
Oh
like jet lag and that kind of shit.
no.
No, but dude, I sat at a bar with Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah.
I met him years ago, and that was my first. It was like a. It was almost like a catch-22. Like I shoved myself or I stubbed my toe. Like when I talked to him, because I was like, turbulence. Should I be freaked out? Right?
Yeah.
That's like the first thing people always ask is, "Oh, turbulence," and do you get?
You just asked them this out of the.
I was
out
like,
of the
yeah,
blue.
like
You didn't say hi or you Mr.
No. Hey, nice to meet you. Turbulence.
Oh, okay.
Right? So,
And what do you say?
well, now keep in mind, so that day for me, like it was a one-off, right? So I had to fly from Chicago, Miami, to fucking Colombia, right?
Mm-hmm.
My flight got in at 1 a.m. Went to the hotel bar, had a few drinks, went to the show. So I had a fucking long 2 days, basically. So this is after the show. Like they had gotten done playing. They had an after party at the hotel bar they were at. So I'm fucking exhausted. I had like no sleep for like 3 days.
Oof.
So
Can you really not sleep for 3 days?
I mean, very little sleep.
Like an hour a night, a couple hours?
Yeah, like 2-3 hours.
Oof.
So, I'm fucking exhausted, right? And we're drinking at we're at the bar, like literally leaning on the bar, and I'm like, so turbulence.
Mm-hmm.
And he fucking first of all, I couldn't understand a word he was saying. Like his accent is fucking thick,
Oh, really?
like real thick. So I can't understand a word he's saying,
Holy shit.
like zero,
Yeah.
right? And it's loud, whatever. And I'm tired. And he starts talking like scientific shit.
Being specific, like about flying?
Yeah,
and shit?
not like, oh, turbulence, don't freak out.
Right.
It was like the science. Like
Wow.
that
is weird.
Dude, that conversation literally lasted for like 40 minutes. And
he was just talking
and he
the
was
whole
just
time.
going. And I was just staring at his mouth. like I was just watching his mouth move, and not one fucking word registered like what he was saying.
Come on.
I swear to God. And like I felt like such a piece of shit because like I was literally I was leaning on my hand and falling asleep like on the bar because I was
but
like.
He's not smiling or trying to be friendly. He's just like information
He was
spit out.
really into it.
Here is information.
Yeah, like and fast. He talks really fast, and I was like fucking so overwhelmed. And I didn't know how to like divert the fucking conversation because I didn't know where he was in the conversation. Like it was just like science, right?
That's crazy.
So, dude, I'm just like staring at this fucking guy talk. Not this fucking guy, Bruce Dickinson, right? And not one thing registered with me that day. And I felt like such a piece of shit because I was falling asleep to the point where he was like waking me up, like, hey, I'm still going. Like, and I was like, oh, yeah.
But that's kind of like socially awkward. I don't think you should.
I think
on his part,
I
not
think
on your
mine too.
part. I don't think so. You just asked a question. You were trying to be friendly. This guy could have like laughed a little bit or been like, oh, I don't know. To go into the details like that right away.
But we don't know him. You know what I mean? Like that's just
exactly.
Maybe that's just how he is. Like,
yeah,
it's like asking.
Well,
a
obviously
mechanic.
it is.
No, you're right. Well, at least that day. But imagine like asking like a mechanic, like. Hey,
listen, when you're talking to someone, when you meet someone, it's all about context.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're meeting just a guy at the bar, I wouldn't go in. You're not going to show him blueprints to a plane and explain to him how it works. But anyway,
it was an exclusive party or whatever. Like, you know. But yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't even know how the fuck we got to that topic. Oh, because you said that he flies his own plane.
Yeah.
But you asked me about traveling.
Yeah.
No, I fucking hated it because you're in a fucking vessel of virus and disgust. Like, for 9 hours or 10 hours or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, and you're in the little seat.
Yeah.
I can't.
You're in the tiny seat.
Yeah.
Everyone smells. You know, the fucking baby's crying and the guy next to you farted and he's sneezing and you know what I mean? It's like...
Okay, so you didn't enjoy it.
I fucking hated that part of it.
Yeah.
But also, like, when you're traveling with a big band, there's a crew. Sometimes you're bringing, the guitar player's got 4 guitars. The bass player's got 3 guitars. So you got to get there fucking early. You know what I mean? So
you would tune up their guitars and get their setup ready.
Me drums, but yeah.
Oh, drums.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
But there's it's not 5 of us. There's 20 of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are you union?
No, a totally independent contract.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And you get like a stipend a day or something?
A salary. A weekly salary, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But in addition to money to spend every day? Plus a salary?
A per diem, yeah. No. So we would get like a salary plus a per diem. So the per diem was like pocket cash, right?
Right, yeah. But that's kind of nice because you can spend that, chill, and then your salary just gets directly deposited every week or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
But it was actually... it was good with those guys because we did a lot of shows. Like, and some bands are different, but it depends on the band. Like some bands will give you a per diem just because, like you're out. Some bands will give you a per diem per show.
Yeah.
So if you have 6 days off and 1 show in the week, you got a per diem for 1 day. You know what I'm saying?
What do you do? Well, how did you kill time? Like, what would you do on like your off time?
There wasn't much of it, like that's what I mean. Like a band, like our schedule was pretty, like when we would go out, it was pretty.
Oh, it was pretty
packed,
okay. Gotcha. What was like the biggest event you've ever done? Like how many people? 40,000?
I think it was like 115 or 20 or something like that.
Like an outdoor?
Yeah, it was on a tar mat in. It was like a tar mat in like Warsaw.
Yeah.
So like it was like some old fucking airport that was just a sea of people.
Now you worked with like heavier bands, right?
Right. Yeah.
This is also something I've been kind of thinking about. You know what I noticed with the music business, and I'm a huge music fan.
Right.
I don't feel like there's old rock bands anymore, except for maybe like Greta Van Street or whatever. What are they called?
Oh, you mean like new old rock?
Yeah. Like there's no one's doing kind of like a bluesy rock like Aerosmith. It's all kind of like either like alternative.
You got to check out this band, but they're kind of country.
Or, well, listen, I think there's country. Country's huge. And I think country kind of took over the blues rock.
They took over the cheese rock too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's metal, which is still strong as hell.
Yeah.
Because there's just always young kids that want to, and I still listen to it. I think it's cool, and I try to find some new bands that I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here and there.
Well, a lot of the new stuff though is just
Well, I mean, you got to find what here and there you can find something you like. I mean, I have Google Music, and I try to listen to like new whatever is hot right now.
Right.
But I just don't see like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like.
No, I know. I hear
like
you.
Like the Aerosmith or Led Zeppelin, Greta Van Street. Fleet.
Yeah. So like those fucking guys, right?
Greta Van Street.
All right, yeah. So
Fleet. I mean, they're just a total Zeppelin ripoff.
100%.
Completely.
I mean, obviously, right? But
and not even good. Kind of annoying.
I feel the same way. But we sound like a bunch of jaded assholes, right?
Why?
But
why? I mean, to me, it's kind of, dude. No, I don't mean the music when I was growing up was so much better. I just feel like, no, I don't know. There was just a different, like, there was kind of like medium heavy band, like Alice in Chains or Soundgarden.
Right.
They were kind of heavy, but now it's like heavy or alternative or poppy. It doesn't seem like there's that kind of like middle ground, but I don't know. There probably is. I just don't know who they are.
Right. Well, I mean, Google Music, Apple Music, fucking Spotify, whatever. They're going to feed you what they've been paid to feed you. You know what I'm saying? It's like old school radio. They get paid.
But you can choose what you want to listen to.
No,
I can listen to all brand new pop artists if I want.
But I'm saying
I can listen to classic pop artists. I can listen to,
But the stations are designed to feed you what the next big thing is or whatever the fuck it is.
No, you choose
You think you choose, but they're definitely making the choice for you.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying there's a good variety. I guess is what I'm saying.
But
they're only going to feed me what's out and what's sounds decent and what's from probably like a major that's been promoted. Right? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Right.
What PR firm paid how much to get you on the top 100?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's no different than old school radio.
Yeah, right.
Well,
then you can say, yeah.
But there is fucking SoundCloud, right? Have you ever checked out SoundCloud?
No.
I don't even know how to fucking navigate it.
I never
but
dove
the kids
into
love it. They love it.
Yeah.
But
you know what?
Try to find an artist. I don't know.
Yeah. I think even now, because of like easy distribution, I think even some of those, everyone's just going to distribute to the main. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone's going to distribute to Google Music, Apple. Why would you go to SoundCloud if you could distribute it to all the major streaming sites really easy?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty big on with hip hop though. But young kids love that shit.
They love secret shit, like underground shit.
It's like when we were growing up, and you were like, "I had this record first, Mr. You never heard of Mr. Bungle,
right? Yeah,
dude, I had that 2 years ago.
No, I know.
Like that's what they're.
Dude,
that's
SoundCloud. I follow some young people on like Instagram and shit, and like 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds, and some of the shit they're listening to is so the rap. You know what I mean? It's really hardcore, dude. It's like fucking crazy shit.
I'd rather listen to hardcore than mumble bullshit. You know what I mean?
But it's all kind of like that. It's like that's
the thing. I can't stand.
I'm gonna kill you. You're gonna die.
I just can't stand the cadence.
But now I sound old for sure.
We are old. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I'm old. I'm 40. I don't even know how old I am. I'm over 40 for sure.
But now. Like we were talking about with the virus, it's going to affect everything. No one's going to tour this summer. I don't know. Maybe they will.
No.
If there's a there has to be that big moment with the vaccine. It's got to be like, it's here. You know what I mean? And it's got to be easily available and free or very cheap.
Right.
Right. I mean, that's the only way people are going to start just going crazy again. And then there's going to be a lot of pent up. If people are home. You know how they were talking like this might be the next baby boomer generation.
It probably is.
It's like after a war, you know what I mean? Like
right.
You're so pent up and exhausted.
But this is a war. This is biological war.
I know,
you know
but
I mean?
This is not really like war. I think war, after living through this, I can see how like living through a big event, because this is like a historical event.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I mean, I can see how debilitating it is and how it really affects the morale You know what I mean? Of like
Yeah.
a cult of a country.
Sure.
And I can't imagine like what the morale was like during like the Vietnam War, like World War II or World War One. You know, can you imagine? You're
No.
sending your kids out
Right.
to fight in another country, and they might come back, they might not come back. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
Right.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I saw somebody.
You know, no internet, no way to keep track of them. I mean,
Right. So somebody said, or they posted something on, I don't know if it was Facebook or whatever the fuck it was, but something along the lines of like, you know, World War One. You know, people had to fight and put their face in fucking shit in some trench somewhere.
Yeah.
And you guys are quarantining yourself, watching Netflix and
Yeah.
eating fucking chips.
Oh my god.
And you can't even do that. You know what I mean? And,
Oh
and
my
you're still
god. The,
bitching about
the complaining is through the roof.
And that's what I
Through the
meant.
roof.
And that's what I meant earlier, where it's like, I can sit at home and do nothing all fucking day.
Listen, I can't
Financially,
too.
it's miserable.
I think it
You know?
sucks because if you want to battle something, I think you got to keep moving.
Right.
Did you ever see that in a movie? They're like, keep moving when they're getting shot at. You got to keep moving. And if we're all just sitting in our fucking house, shitting and eating and drinking water,
You can't even fucking shit. There's no paper.
That's
fucking,
overblown.
These
I think it's
fucking
overblown.
assholes. I have a cousin who's got at least 75 fucking packages of toilet paper at his
Is
house.
he Greek?
Of course, he's my
Yeah,
cousin.
Yeah, Greeks are doom and gloom sometimes.
He fucking.
Listen, Greeks had the war, okay, in World War II, and then after World War II, did you know about the Civil War in Greece?
No, I'm an idiot. I have no
Okay.
idea.
Well, anyway, I think Greeks like the kind of, they've been through a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Just like a lot of cultures.
Right.
And they have that kind of misery thing sometimes, that
Yeah.
complaining thing,
Well,
and
yeah,
the
it's
scare
the
thing.
doom and gloom, yeah.
Yeah, like, they live through very severe poverty, some
Right.
of them. And, you know what I mean? Like, their kids would die when they were little. They grew up in villages and shit.
Right.
My uncle, not my uncle, but like this guy that we used to know, this older guy, he was kind of like my grandpa here. He wouldn't spend money to save his life, and he had he had plenty of money.
Right.
And he would just not spend it. He would find he could go out and buy a brand new car easily, have like a $300, not even that much of a car payment. He could have like a $300 payment. He would go out and buy like a Toyota, Corolla with 150,000 miles for like $1,500. You know what I mean? To drive around because, you know what I mean? That's just the way he was. You know what I mean?
But that's
But
not a bad thing, though.
I know,
right?
but he didn't have kids. It was just him and his wife. They had money. They weren't poor. They were doing okay. I mean, they had some income every month.
Right.
They weren't even working. Like, they had income. They had some rental properties. And he was just very frugal. You cannot change someone like that.
Right. But see, but think
that's
about it,
the
though.
old school mentality.
Well, yeah, but think about that dude's situation, because either he's really fucking cheap, right? Or he's really fucking humble, where it's like, yeah, I have money for the rainy day or whatever the fuck it's for.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, right? But think about, I don't know where your dad is Greek, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where he grew up, but I know my dad grew up.
My dad grew up poor. I mean,
like what part of the country? Like
northern Greece, but he grew up pretty poor. Like, they lived in a house. They didn't even have a refrigerator. They would leave meat out overnight.
So exactly like my dad, right?
So yeah,
on the fucking mountain, the whole walk to school in the snow. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, my dad fucking did that on a mountain, right? Barefoot for real. But he was never flashy though. Like my old man's like that, where it's
Yeah.
like, that's George Boukis, my father.
but we don't listen. You don't have to be flashy, but I just feel like I'm talking when the guy was older. He could have got a new car for $300. I mean, like he wasn't.
What's wrong with the Corolla?
He
though?
was 75. I mean, you know what I mean. He was buying a fucking $2,000 Corolla for cash.
Right.
It's like, dude,
I guess
spend
you're right,
a
though.
little
Yeah.
money. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
at the end of the day, you're not you're gonna die with what? Nothing.
Right.
You
You ever see? My buddy used to say, "Did you ever see a Brinks truck behind a hearse or something like that?"
Oh, like just hauling the fucking money behind a hearse.
You can't take it with you,
Right.
bro. It's gone.
That's true.
Some people would say, "Hey, I'm gonna spend every last fucking dollar, and hopefully the day I die is the last dollar I'll have in my,
Dude, I know a guy now, speaking of the corona fucking virus, buying $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 worth of equipment, like musical equipment. People can't even fucking afford refried beans.
But why is he doing that?
Because he's a fucking lunatic.
Is he rich?
Far from rich. And he's
Does he
sitting. He looks like George Clooney. He looks like George Clooney.
Here's what I think.
Maybe he thinks he's rich because he looks like George Clooney.
They think spending's going to go down. People want to spend money. Okay? They're going to spend.
Yeah.
Even at home, on a computer, on their fucking phone, they're going to spend. I think credit cards are going to go up. Because if you're bored at home, what else are you going to do?
Well, look at,
they're going to buy clothes.
The interest rates are coming down, right?
Yeah.
So there's going to be loans out there lower. I mean, people are going to spend, but I think people are going to spend because they have to, not from boredom.
No, I think from boredom they will. I think people like spending, yeah.
But think about it. Like, if this goes on
Summer's coming, dude.
Yeah, but
don't you want new summer clothes?
Yeah,
like nice shoes?
But if we're locked up until fucking July, August?
Doesn't matter.
What if we're locked up?
Women will spend. Have you ever met a woman before?
Of
ever
course.
in your life?
But I'm saying if
you give them a credit card and a computer.
Yeah, but if we're on full fucking lockdown, Amazon ain't coming. Amazon's Chinese, dude. They're not bringing us fucking Chinese bathing suits.
What?
All the shit on Amazon's Chinese.
You think they're going to run out of product?
I'm saying that there's no more trade. There's no more trade with them.
No, they'll have product. Trust me.
But you have nowhere to go. You're locked down.
Dude, I'm saying people will buy stuff and have it shipped to their house.
How are you going to get it?
Everything's going to get shipped. Dude, how are you going to get food right now? They're going to deliver. You know, I ordered a pizza yesterday, Lou Malnati's, and they asked me, do you want, like, touchless delivery?
Yeah, get the fuck away from me. I don't even want to look at you.
I said, no, that's okay. I don't need touchless delivery.
I would have said, leave it on the fucking corner. I don't even want to see you. No Corona for me. Thank you.
Dude, I thought that was rude. I thought that was, like, I'll give the guy, well, first I was paying cash. I could pay with credit card, but I'm like, I got cash. I'll give him the cash and take the pizza. I don't think I'm going to die in that transaction for 3 seconds.
I would have said, look under the Pepsi can. There's a rock with some money on it. Yeah. Leave it on the corner. Make the transit. Pick up the fucking money. I'll go get the pizza. Don't even touch it.
And then talk to you through the can phone?
Yeah. And then sanitize. You know what?
Dude,
and leave
what
a
is this,
fucking sandy wipe.
1935?
Leave a sanitizing wipe so I can dust off the box before I put it in my house, by the way. Thank you.
You want him to show up in, like, the Breaking Bad suit?
Fuck
like,
yeah, dude.
Just fucking yellow suit.
I'm that freaked out.
Seriously?
I mean, not that bad.
No, you're not.
I'm getting there. The more days I have alone, I'll be there for sure. I mean,
I don't know. I think it's kind of overdoing it.
I don't know, man. I don't want to get sick.
Dude, even if you get sick, you get the flu. You never had the flu?
Yeah, but I'm fat. I'm overweight. I'm a smoker. I'm dead.
You're a booker?
Yeah, I'm fucking dead.
How much you smoke?
Too much.
A pack?
More.
No way.
Depends on the stress level.
A pack a day?
Easily.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
But see, that's the thing with smoking, because we were talking about smoking before.
I work out. I stop smoking. I'm fucking healthy.
But with me, smoking is when you're depressed, you smoke. When you're happy, you smoke. When you're busy, you smoke.
After you bust a nut,
After you bust a nut, you definitely smoke, sometimes too. You have a fucking coffee. I drink a gallon of coffee a day, so...
Listen, smoking is one of the best things ever. I love to smoke. When I'm telling you I love to, I never smoked that much.
You used to smoke back in the day.
A lot. Not a pack a day. No.
Really?
It bothered me. I always had problems with like breath.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it bothered me.
See?
And
Corona,
I would get
you'd
sick.
Be dead.
I'd get sick every winter from smoking.
Bronchitis?
I'd get and I have to get on antibiotics every year. So it was just a pain. And I just couldn't, one day I just woke up and I just couldn't breathe. And I was just like, oh, I got to stop this.
Did you ever vape?
Yeah.
Did that help?
Yeah.
Because I vape for like
Dude, I tried. I got
years.
into vaping right when vaping came around. What was it, like 5 years ago?
Yeah,
6
me
years
too.
ago?
Yeah, me too.
And I tried everything. I would go to the mall and buy the ones that look like cigarettes.
Totally.
And then I did the bigger batteries. And then the vape shops came up. And then I found the thing that was like, I just put a little bit of flavor and mostly like, the right kind of propylene glycol or whatever the fuck it was.
But see,
to get like a nice hit.
But see, exactly. I do everything in excess. I started with the fucking blue.
Then you never stop. Yeah. Then
I used to make my own.
Yeah.
Because, dude, I was vaping 30 ml bottles, right? That's what they came in? Mm-hmm. I was vaping a 30 ml bottle a day. So I was like, This is more expensive than smoking.
And dude, you have to understand, you're getting more nicotine inside.
Right.
So it makes, like, to me, it started making me more anxious because I have all this nicotine inside me, and it's like, it's fucked up. Yeah.
I started making my own because I was like,
yeah, and plus, and then you're doing it 24 hours a day,
all day long.
Yeah, nonstop. Oh god, I hate it. So then I'm like, I gotta stop this too. And listen, I'll still have a cigarette occasionally,
right?
But it's like, it's occasional.
Right. Do you drink?
Occasional. I'm trying to stop that too. I mean,
Our fucking engineers are drunk all of a sudden.
Listen, over 40, you got to stop everything.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, you should. Because, in your 20s and 30s, fuck it. Light it up.
Sure.
You're not going to die in your 20s. But then in your 40s, someone dies, and you're like, oh, fuck, how did they die?
Right, now you got to start looking at prostate cancer and fucking all this shit.
Uh-oh. This guy thinks he's in the podcast now? Our engineer?
The one guy that didn't want to talk. Well, you should be. Because you've interrupted 70 times.
Oh, boy. I will. Okay.
Here, grab a mic and tell the
people hear
listeners.
that?
No, they can't because he's a pussy. They won't put it on the fucking... he won't put it in the Pro Tools.
Okay, what he said is basically, it's the opposite. You should fucking go out with a bang. Okay? But I'll tell you what, and I might do that, but not right now, like later. Like in my 70s. If I make it to my 70s,
What's the bang? What's the bang, though?
I don't know. I guess he's saying like you can, you just go out, you just do whatever you want. You start drinking and smoking every day.
Like all of a sudden you got a meth problem and
you do whatever you want, I guess, when the end is coming, right?
I guess.
All right. Speaking of the end, I think we're about done for our show.
All right.
Mr. Boukis, it was a pleasure having you on. Brutal truth.
Thanks for having me.
The brutal truth.
I hope I'm not the only guest.
No, I'll be having plenty more guests on soon. Maybe our engineer from the Peanut Gallery. Okay, talk to you guys later. Escape the corona.
See ya.